Hello, I'm Mukala Kabongo, and on this edition of the LCTV News, Lynn English Drama Club show, new restaurant in downtown Lynn, community cleanups, and more. On the Lynn Lowdown, we were joined by mayoral candidate Keith Lee. Here's this week's LCTV News for Friday, May 21st, 2021.
This episode of the LCTV News is brought to you by Columbia Insurance Agency, serving the Lynn community for over 60 years with home, auto, and business insurance.
Lynn English Drama Club has been hard at work this spring in continuing the school's tradition of putting together a spring review. On May 28th, the English Theater Collective will bring you Bulldog Pride, a performance that highlights what makes Lynn English important to those who go there. Each scene will feature a personal experience written by Lynn English students. Bulldog Pride will be shown on the English Theater Collective YouTube channel. Last Friday, fire department had to use the jaws of life to extract the driver from his vehicle following a crash on Euclid Ave. Around 11:30 p.m., firefighters responded to a report of a vehicle hitting a pole. There were three passengers in the vehicle at the time of the crash. Two of the passengers were able to extract themselves. The driver was taken to Mass General Hospital with serious injuries, and one of the passengers was taken to Salem hospitals with minor injuries. Lynn police are investigating a stabbing that took place on Monday afternoon on Chestnut Street. Around 12:30 p.m., Lynn PD found a man suffering from a gunshot wound to the leg. The victim, who is yet to be named, was a 19-year-old who is believed to be from Revere. He was taken to Mass General Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The Keeping Lynn Clean initiative continued over the weekend as 3 more sites were attended to by local residents. Here's more from the cleanup. The Keeping Lynn Clean initiative ramped up over the weekend as 3 more cleanups were organized in West Lynn.
We've gotten a nice turnout of people to come and pick up trash. A lot of community members have come on their own, and things are looking much nicer now than they were even just an hour and a half ago.
The Community Path, Lynn Commons, and Warren Street were the focus for this weekend's cleanups.
We got a bunch of people coming in, just basically picking up trash along the shared use path, and things are looking good already.
Residents from old to young were doing their part to help. Young Matthias Lorino wanted to help make a difference.
I was picking up trash and I was making Lynn clean for the whole world can be all clean for today.
Areas such as Berry Park, Keeney Park, and Cook Street Park were some of the first cleanup sites when this initiative began.
We've had some areas that are a little more trashy than others, but I think that if people start to see that it is taken care of and how nice it looks, that they'll feel, this is my path too, I'll help take care of it.
It's important because it's like the broken windows policy. If one person sees trash there, they're more likely to add to it. So we'd like to come out every other month and do a full cleanup and get it out of here.
Everybody was throwing the trash, so I cleaned it up. And then a couple of friends was picking all the trash like I did.
It will take a collective effort to ensure the community stays clean.
the city can't do it all themselves. They definitely need volunteers within the city, adjacent towns, within the neighborhoods to help out. Hopefully people will see what a beautiful resource this is, and it'll be fairly easy for people to want to help out.
Hey buddy, I want you to throw the trash inside the trash box. Don't throw it on the floor.
For LCTV, I'm Mukala Kabongo. In an effort to get more residents vaccinated, the Brickyard, along with Lynn Community Health Center, held a walk-in vaccine clinic this past weekend, and LCTV was on the scene. The Brickyard Collaborative is doing their part in helping residents get vaccinated.
The big effort really is to reach into the community more, and have a very low-key experience for the shots.
With assistance from Lynn Community Health Center, they were able to put together a one-day vaccine clinic at their site on Linden Street.
Lynn Community Health Center did it. We're just making room for them. They put everything together. This is part of an initiative that the Lynn Community Health put together that is a series of pop-up clinics, pretty much, if you want to call them that.
Those who showed up to the clinic had the option of choosing which dose they wanted to receive.
They have all three vaccines available. They have the Moderna, the Pfizer, and the Johnson & Johnson.
In Lynn, there has been approximately 17,628 COVID cases, with 127 of those cases being active. With the state set to fully reopen next weekend, the hope is more residents take the time to get fully vaccinated.
The effort is to get 100% vaccination. And the latest word from the CDC is all that, vaccinations are actually working out to be a lot stronger than we thought they were. So it's all good, it's all good.
With LCTV, I'm Mukala Kabongo. May is Haitian Heritage Month, and earlier this week a ceremony was held outside of City Hall in honor of Haitian Flag Day. LCTV was in attendance.
We are here to raise the flag of Haiti. Today is May 18. This is Haitian Flag Day.
We are proud to carry this flag around.
Haitian Flag Day is a holiday to celebrate the creation of the flag and the revolution in Haiti, which made them the world's first black-led republic.
As a nation, we carry our flag everywhere in the world, part of the celebration.
The Haitian flag reads "La Union, fait la force," which translates to "In union, there is strength."
We are proud of our freedom fighters, such as Toussaint Louverture, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, Alexandre Pétion, Capois Lamort, and other heroes.
We will take advantage of this ceremony to unveil the plaque of honor dedicated in postmortem to William Joseph.
The Greater Lynn Chamber of Commerce, along with Mayor McGee, welcomed a new restaurant to the city on Wednesday with a ribbon-cutting ceremony. Here's more from Wednesday's ceremony. Enjoy Mediterranean cuisine? Well, downtown Lynn has a new attraction in its cultural district.
I came to Lynn a couple months ago, 34 months ago, and I looked around at how things are growing, how people are amazing. And I really thought, why not invest here?
This is a unique place for our neighborhood. I have a couple things. We plan for this place use like not regular restaurant, right?
Owners Sam Pogasoff and Chef Misha are looking to make your dining experience very inclusive with the help of other organizations in the city.
What we're trying to create is something unique, something that will appeal to actually the wide variety, the whole spectrum of societies.
We try provided educated for kids for healthy food. We try working with YMCA and another organization.
The new space will be used not only for professionals but for students who have an interest in culinary.
After about 2-3 p.m., this becomes private space. So this is the duality of both open and closed. And in the private space, you can call your family members for a small gathering here.
We're planning to do some culinary master class, so people will be teach something how this is cooking for different cuisine.
Mayor McGee gave Pogasov and Chef Miche a warm welcoming to the city.
The entire city of Lynn extends its best wishes for continued success, great joy, and happiness, and I'm very honored to sign and present this May 19, 2021. I wish you the best and congratulations.
3, 2, 1.
Bostica LLC broke ground on their new site on Linden Street Thursday morning, and LCTV was in attendance. Bostica LLC broke ground this morning, a vision that was years in the making for Raymond and Jared Falit.
So right now we're going to be building the first phase, will be 60,000 feet. This is a first-class grow facility. This is state-of-the-art. There will not be another one like it in Massachusetts.
We never knew the challenges we were going to face along the way, and we're just so proud and happy to be here today breaking ground on this beautiful facility.
The groundbreaking was just the early process of bringing the facility to life.
The first phase will incorporate about 60 employees, 70 employees. Phase 2 will pick up another 50. Phase 3 will finish the building off with manufacturing, oils, candies, cookies, and what have you.
An important aspect of this new facility is the amount of jobs that it will provide to residents in the community.
Used to have all kinds of jobs in here. Those jobs are coming back into the city, into this building, the investment you're making. And
Jared Falit hopes their company becomes a major resource for the city and helps grow the community.
We're happy that we can contribute to Lynn's business community and be part of the fabric of Lynn. And I know Lynn's going through a lot of growth and development, and we're just happy to be part of that and be able to be part of that process. When this facility is fully built out and fully operational, I mean, there'll be well over 100 employees here, right here in the city of Lynn. We're most proud of that.
With LCTV, I'm Mukala Kabongo. Now for the sports update. Big news coming out of Lynn English as head football coach Chris Carroll announced that he will be stepping down from his position. A big reason for this decision was to spend more time with his family. Carroll, who last year became a father to a baby girl. A Lynn English alum, Carroll took over the head coaching position in 2015. In his 6 years as head coach, Carroll's team won 35 games and made a run in the 2017 postseason where they reached the Division III North Finals, where they fell 31-28 to Tewksbury. Carroll also boasts a winning record against crosstown rival Lynn Classical. The Bulldogs under Carroll are 4-2 against the rival Rams. Lynn English Athletic Director Dick Newton says Carroll did a great job and will be missed. St. Mary's baseball team moved to 4-4 on the season after Wednesday's 6-3 loss to Bishop Stang. It was a tough stretch for the Spartans. After holding a 2-1 lead, the Spartans gave up 5 runs in the final 3 innings. Pitcher John Nowicki struck out 4 batters but allowed 4 runs and 6 hits. The Spartans are back in action this Saturday when they visit Bishop Fehime. First pitch is set for noon. The Lady Spartans moved to 7-1 on the season after their 16-2 rout of Bishop Stang on Wednesday. Pitcher Anna Frangwilli had an outstanding performance on the mound as she struck out 7 batters to get her first victory. St. Mary's and Classical are set for action today at 4 p.m. And now for the pros. The Boston Celtics have moved on to the first round of the NBA playoffs after clinching the 7th seed with a 118-100 victory over the Washington Wizards Tuesday night. Jason Tatum had a big night as he scored a game-high 50 points to lead the C's. Tatum became the 6th Celtics to score 50 points in a playoff game, joining John Havlicek, Isaiah Thomas, Bob Cousy, Ray Allen, and Sam Jones. The Celtics will face the Brooklyn Nets in round 1 of the best-of-7 series. Game 1 is set for Saturday. Tip-off is set for 8 p.m. The Boston Bruins have taken a 2-1 lead in their playoff series with the Washington Capitals after Wednesday's 3-2 overtime victory. After a scoreless first period, Alex Ovechkin got things going for the Capitals with an early goal in the second period. The Bees would tie it up with the Taylor Hall goal shortly after. Nick Dowd would get the Capitals back the lead as Garnett Hathaway assisted on his goal to give the Capitals the 2-1 lead. In the third, it would be Brad Marchand's goal off a Patrice Bergeron assist that would tie things back up at 2. The game will go into overtime where each team were scoreless, and in the second overtime, Craig Smith would score the game-winning goal 90 seconds into the second OT to make it 2 games in a row the Bruins have won in overtime. Game 3 of the series is tonight. Puck drops at 6:30. It was a thriller last night between the Red Sox and the Blue Jays in a game that went back and forth. That it was the Sox who pulled off the 8-7 victory thanks to clutch hits by J.D. Martinez. Down 6-7 in the top of the ninth, Martinez hit a 2-run homer to give the Sox the lead for good. Matt Barnes would strike out Roddy Tellez in the bottom of the ninth to seal the Sox victory. The Sox, now 27-18 on the season, took 2 out of 3 games from the Blue Jays. They are back on the field tonight as they travel to Philadelphia to take on the Phillies. On this week's Lynn Lowdown, we were joined by mayoral candidate Keith Lee. Here's this week's Lowdown. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Lynn Lowdown, where we are interviewing mayoral candidates who's filed their papers for this year's mayoral race. And today we have Mr. Keith Lee with us, who just recently filed his papers to run for mayor. Was it as of Friday or?
Yeah, it was Thursday. It's so fast and I'm so excited. I forgot.
Yeah,
I think it was Thursday. Yeah, I think it was Thursday though.
It was Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. You did it too, because the time is kind of ticking right now for people who want to run. So June 28th is the final day to file papers for mayor. So right now we have 4 candidates. This is your first time going through this process. First, just talk to me about your thoughts and what led you to that decision on filing your papers.
Well, it's funny because just like you said, the last minute process is I was talking to a few people and they were talking about how the mayor really wasn't gonna run again, and so I was like, and me for the last couple of years as I've merged a little bit more away from sports. I've dived into politics and economics and just versing myself on everything, especially from traveling the world and talking to certain people from different places. It just felt right, you know what I mean? And as much as I like to talk about community and do stuff, I would be a real person of contradictory matter if I didn't do something about it, you know what I mean? And just playing Division I basketball and on them stages, man, it built me for things like this. So it's in my blood.
Yeah, and this is your first time just going through this or doing something of this nature, as you said, diving away from sports and
right.
all the years you've been doing with sports. Now you're taking a whole different route. Just talk to me about that. You're going. Yeah. This is a whole different game. Like for most people from the outside watching, you watch from the outside and you try to pick up certain things, but now it's like you're fully invested. So it's like you have to. Right. You're kind of learning on the fly. You're kind of learning on the fly.
In a sense, right. But it's like, and I'm glad you said that because this has actually been a long process. Like ever since I was I left school 98 at Prairie View, which was an HBCU. That taught me a lot because at that time they had I think a contract with NASA, our computer science department. And I was like, wow, how come we don't hear about that? And I was, speaking to different professors and different presidents of different schools. And that's what kind of hit me to the politics of things, like making connections, like being aware of things, what's going on in the communities, what's going to be the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really politics. A lot of people think politics is just talking around things and, you know, they promising things, and which it is, but it's also really getting involved in understanding of your surroundings and how much you're invested in making sure those surroundings are going to be better instead of even staying stagnant or worse. So literally ever since 98, like every year, I even taught myself the stocks. You know, I used to just watch. I used to talk to a couple stockbrokers, you know, read the Wall Street Journal, which also taught me politics. A lot of economics, like channels like CNBC, Bloomberg, Al Jazeera, any of those business channels that deal with economics, they actually tell you what's going on all day around the world. Like that's the real news source. So because whatever dictates what's going on in a certain region or a certain city with a certain company, that manipulates stock prices, believe it or not. You know what I mean? And CEOs on companies are actually listening to certain groups in certain political arenas to adjust their companies. So as I was watching all that, you know, over literally since 98 up until now, it kind of taught me. So even though this is my first time, I feel like I'm already ready. Like I already been through it.
Yeah. Well, what are some pointers? What are some things that you picked up just in watching, you know, watching the elected officials here, the local elected officials that, you know, that do business in the city or that are working in the city, that, you know, just what are the things that you kind of were looking at and trying to, certain things that you were picking up, trying to, you know, or taking notes of? What were some of the things that you were just like, you were picking up here and there as you was just like on your way to this?
Yeah, well, I noticed that, you know, people like to make promises or they have campaign ideas and they run on things like that and they don't always uphold them. So my biggest thing is I'm talking to the people. I don't like to dance around questions. You know, I'm gonna give you everything I got, whether that be a good or bad. You know what I mean? But at least the people will know what they're dealing with. And as far as making promises, I'm not one for that. So because my whole thing is I want to be accountable. And that's one of my campaign things is we gotta all hold each other accountable. So if I'm saying that, I can't be making no promises I know I can't keep. I tell people I'm gonna do the best that I can for you, and that's genuine. Because anybody knows me knows how loyal and real I am. And I hate to use that cliche real, but you know, I'm very genuine with that. So I would say I'm doing my best. I'm not making no promises.
Yeah. And it's also during this time, you know, as I spoke to the other three candidates, one of the biggest things about elections is the campaigning aspect of it. And we're still in the pandemic. We still can't have large gatherings. It's a little bit more difficult to campaign around, you know, to go and talk to people, to reach out to people. So that's one of the things as a newcomer, that's one of your things is trying to talk to as many people as you can, get people together. Now, how are you going to be able to do that in following the safety guidelines, you know, the social
definitely.
distance?
I'm glad you said that.
How can you do? How were you able to how will you do that? I should say.
Well, great point. Well, I wrote down and I'm talking to my team. We have a small, you know, idea series of small events that we can have, you know, a small group of people, but the social media presence and the camera's the thing. You know what I'm saying? So as long as we have these little events, you know, certain people can come that really don't know me and come out and touch me, talk to me, whatever. And then that camera presence will be there and we can put it up on the media, our websites, which I'm still working on right now, and our different outlets. Because I'm not trying to hit the you know, the door to door per se, because I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? And that's one of the biggest things I already thought of. I'm like, I'm not going door to door really. And if anything, I might go gate to gate, you know, drive by and beep a wave or something like that. Or one of the things I was saying is I might go to different parks and just tell everybody a couple days in advance, hey, I might be over at this park. I might be over at that park. Yeah, I want to come through. You know, we only can have a couple, but boom, boom, I'll make sure I'm available at different places, different times. So I already handle that thing already. and not anyone, but people have known me, and those who don't know me, it's almost like the others will tell them about me. Like, wait a minute, I know him, but nah, okay, he's like this though. Like, even though he's running for politics now, I know his core character. And that's basically what people need to know is my core character. Mm-hmm. And then once we get to the debates and we talk policies and talk other stuff, you know, then not worry about that. But I just want people to know my core character, that I'm loyal, I'm intense, and I fight for the city. That's all that's all I need them to know. And I feel like the people are already gonna kind of hopefully use that, and hopefully I can use that to my advantage.
Also, one thing I'm seeing with this so far with the mayoral candidates is we have a diverse group. It's a diverse group of candidates. You know, just how important is that to just have a diverse group and to have people wanting to challenge that, to try to make that. Lynn has changed. You've seen the changes in Lynn throughout, your life, from your years here, leaving, coming back, it's changing now. What is your thoughts on the changing? Do you like it? You don't like it? What's your thoughts on the changing of Lynn?
Mixed reviews, mixed emotions, which is also another reason why I'm coming. Like, again, traveling gives you so much knowledge and experience. It's a different type of education, man. And like I said, playing for Prairie View, which was in Texas, Houston, we played the whole, we were the Southwestern Athletic Conference. So we played from everywhere from pretty much Cali to almost Georgia. You know what I'm saying? So I seen everything down that south. I seen how they ran things. I seen how that was. The lack of diversity. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we are rich in. We have so many different cultures and like different creeds and people. That's what make us us. And lately it's kind of been torn away. You know what I mean? I'm here to bring all that back again. We're culture capital. We have to build on that, not disconnect all that. We're not 40s, 50s, back then again. That's retrograde. We need to upgrade. You know what I mean? And that's another thing I'm seeing. And I'm seeing way too much of that separation, especially with the rent control. You know what I mean? Like last election, I heard a lot of people talk to the, again, not taking shots at the mayor, but a lot of them were talking about rent control, and he wasn't too firm on that or didn't really have an answer for that. You know what I mean? And I'm going to do the best I can to have those answers and do that, because those are like that high rise, no disrespect to that companies or any companies coming down here, but if you plan on building and you're well off, you're about to get taxed. Like, I'm not giving you no tax break. Yeah. It's just that's the thinking that tears the fabric of other cities up, man. Why get a tax break when we're trying to help the people? Like, that takes away from the people.
Yeah. All right. You just brought me back to where I was going with my question before everything went.
It's all good, bro. Good.
So this race is going to be interesting because we have four candidates, and it's a little diverse group of. Despite since it's only four, it's a diverse group of candidates, especially ranking from not only age wise but also cultural wise. I mean,
exactly. Right. Which is beautiful.
Yeah, that's one of the good things I see about this race so far with the people that have signed up, because it's not usually the same as normally normally.
Exactly, it's not the same characters,
and it's just some of the other three gentlemen, they worked in the local offices or so, but they're going up a notch. This is they're
right. No, definitely, exactly.
Everyone here, everyone in this race is embarking on something that they have.
I know, and I respect all them dudes too, man. Yeah. Like it's not like they no slouches either. They're well respected in the community as well, and that's what I love. Yeah, it's people that love the city.
Yeah, definitely, man. Just talk a little about how you're mentally getting ready for this, because we're in May right now. Once the end of June comes around, things are gonna really start to get ramped up. And just how mentally prepared are you? Because one, this isn't like an easy thing to do. And two, if you were to get it, if you were to win, you can't please everybody. That's one thing with the job.
For sure.
You can't please everybody.
Sure.
There's gonna be so much obstacles and so many things coming at your way. Just how are you getting mentally prepared for this journey?
Well, exactly, man. I'm mentally and physically built for this. You know, I'm 6'6", so I'm kind of like a physical tower already. So I'm not worried about what people say, because my big shoulders gave me a strong mentality and discipline. You can never satisfy everybody, but the most you can do is do your best and expect people to respect that. That's all I'm going for, man. I'm doing, and that's how I approached everything mentally. I'm doing my best. If I worry about what all the people are gonna say, I'm never gonna do well, or I'm never gonna accomplish my goal. I just gotta put my head down, believe in what I'm doing, stay on that course, stay disciplined, and the best results will come out, as it always has done for my whole life. So that's just, you know, I'm always positive and energetic. You know me, man. It's not too many times where people have seen me like, and I wear my emotions on my face and on my sleeve, so you kind of can tell. You know what I mean? If I'm in the zone, you can see I'm in the zone, and that's a beautiful thing. So the closer it gets, the better I get. Like, I don't feel pressure.
All right, definitely. All right, now please let them know contact information, email, websites, social media pages. Let them know how they can reach you, contact you, and talk to you.
Yeah, definitely. So far right now, I'm a baby in the race. My website is www.elitebasketball.com. My IG is the same thing, elitebasketball.com. I'm gonna start putting some things up on there, you know, until we get the officials. But my email is Keith, Keith, at elitebasketball.com. Feel free to write me, reach out. I'm like that. I'm a people person. Feel free, please. I need to hear everything.
All
Good
right.
and bad.
All right. Thank you for that. That is Keith Lee. Once again, a reminder, we have the interviews up with the 3 other mayoral candidates on our website. So be sure to visit the website to check out those interviews. Also, those who are interested in running, please, June 28th is the last day to file your papers for the mayoral race. So when you do that, we'll have a sit down with you, because we are interviewing all the candidates who have filed papers. So June 28th
Love to everybody, for real.
Yeah, June 28th is the last day to file for the mayoral race, to file the papers. So be sure to do that. And on that note, you guys have been watching the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Mukala Kabongo. Have a great day. Now time for local events from the community calendar. The Greater Lynn Photographic Association will be opening their photo exhibit tonight at galleries at Lynn Arts from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. Also happening today and tomorrow, Cradles to Crayons will be hosting a clothing drive at Lynn English High. The drive today goes on from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. and from 9 a.m. until noon tomorrow. All donations will go to children facing homelessness and economic challenges. Lynn Arts and Lynn Museum will be hosting a virtual workshop this Saturday from 12 p.m. until 1 p.m. The class will be hybrid with limited in-person options with performance artist Wyoma. Masks are mandatory for those who want to have in-person participation. Visit the Lynn Museum website for more information. Diverse People United will be hosting a candlelight vigil on Monday from 7 p.m. until 8 p.m. at Red Rock Park to honor victims of police brutality. This event is open to the public. A reminder that the weekly free COVID-19 testing hosted by Mass General Brigham, the Kraft Center for Community Health, and North Shore Medical Center will be taking place on Monday from 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. at Lynn Marketplace on 43 State Street. The Salvation Army Weekly Food Pantry will be taking place from Tuesday until Friday from 12 p.m. until 3 p.m. at Manning Field. In order to be served, residents in Lynn, Lynnfield, Nahant, Swampscott, and Saugus should bring proof of address. Residents are encouraged to bring items to carry the food as well as a clean trunk for those who arrive with multiple family members. Visit the Salvation Army website at salvationarmy.org for more information. To find out more about the community events, visit the LCTV website, lyntv.org, and click on the community calendar. Thank you for watching the LCTV News. This week's LCTV News is being shot in our common area due to studio upgrades. Be sure to visit the LCTV blog for the latest on our reopening phase to the public and an update on our studio upgrade. Make sure to subscribe to the LCTV Facebook page as well as the LCTV YouTube channel. Also visit lyntv.org to watch any show at any time on your computer, phone, or tablet. I'm Mukala Kabongo. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen.